in one of my last videos, I spoke about how getting a no is not the end of the world. And as a matter of fact, if you give somebody a proposal and they give you a negative answer, it's not only not the end, but it might be just the beginning. A lot of people reached out to me and they said, Eddie, does that mean we don't respect somebody if they say that they don't want our offer or if they reject our proposal? It's a matter of where we are in the process. If we're in a negotiation and somebody says to us, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that, it doesn't mean that that's the end of the negotiation. It means that maybe we have to shift gears a bit and we have to see how, using maybe a different approach, maybe a different scope, maybe changing the price or changing something in our proposal, we can make a deal. Or if the other side says to us, hey, listen, I'm sorry, we can't do it for that price. Well, let's think how we can do it. Now, if somebody says no very firmly, I'm not suggesting you be needy and groveling and trying to get the deal at any cost. Of course not. Not only that, but if a woman or a great-looking girl that you walked up to and you asked her out or asked her to have lunch or coffee with you and she says no, so you can be playful a bit and say, well, does that mean it's like the no is the end of it? I mean, you can check where it is when she says no, or what's the reason besides no. She might be married, she might have a boyfriend, and she might just not be into you. So you can ask maybe once in a very playful or humorous manner, but you're not going to sit there and keep hammering away, why don't you go out, or why don't you go out, or what's the reason? Not at all. That's terrible. And that's not respecting the other person's boundaries. We have to respect other people's boundaries. And if people say no to us, that means no, especially if it's between a man or a woman or anything sexual. However, in business, if we're in the process of a negotiation and somebody says, well, I'm really sorry, but I can't do it at that price, that doesn't mean that, that's the end of everything. That means that at that price, they either really can't do it, and then there are ways to tackle that, or they don't want to do it, or maybe they can do it, but only if they're pushed a bit. No is not the end. It could be a lot of times just the beginning, and at the same time, respect the other side. And when they say no, and they mean no, don't be needy and try getting a deal or a date or a lunch or whatever at any cost, because neediness is the worst trait to have.